Mike, give us the latest. I know you're looking for a fight coming up here soon. I know you mentioned on social media, you have Magny potentially in Chicago. It sounds like maybe that's not 100% done or anything. Where do things stand?
I'm not too sure. I know that my manager was in contact with his manager, and Sean liked the idea, Sean Shelby, and it's kind of on them. The news was a surprise to me when they announced the ZDS fight. Then I found out it was false, and I kind of I threw it out there like, hey, I was into the pretense, June, Chicago, me and you. But, not going to dwell on it. If he's going to move on and do something else, that's up to him and his team. But I'm just looking to get in the rankings. It was hard for me to leave the lightweight division, having a number next to my name and knowing I kind of got to start from the ground up here at welterweight. But I feel like beating a guy like Carlos Condit, I don't want to sound entitled, but I do kind of feel like I should be entitled into fighting a guy that's in the bottom of the top 15. So that's just what I'm looking at right now. I want to fight ranked guys. I was fighting ranked guys before. I think that I should be doing the same thing right now.
Is it kind of a refreshing feeling? I know, like you said, you were ranked at lightweight, but come up and it's like a plethora of new options. You're fighting in the two deepest weight classes the UFC has, and there's plenty of guys that can fight. Maybe you obviously want a top guy, but there's a lot of options out there.
Well, Mike, I was fresh, very refreshing, and then all of a sudden, a lot of the guys from 155 have come up in the last few months. So it's almost like a similar territory. But yeah, I like the title picture a lot better. I feel like it's a much more clear road. I know they're going to do the Usman-Colby fight, and then we have the undisputed title thereafter. So I like the title picture at 170. The water's a lot less murky. That's like the best way to say it. Like I can see the bottom. You know what I mean? I can see where I got to go. So I like the landscape of the division. I just like that it's a much more clear path to the title.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you feel you match up pretty well with those top guys too. A lot of wrestlers there and stuff. I know you're pretty comfortable in the grappling world.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You must really like the idea of fighting the competitions, these ones, the would-be's, all those guys.
Hey, fighting strikers is great because I'm a wrestler. So I'm always like, yeah, if you're a striker, awesome. That's the best. That's the best matchup for me as a grappler. But also as a grappler, I'm like, oh, the guys that got the same, in that same realm as me. A lot of them have better accolades. I was not a great collegiate wrestler. I didn't do very many great things. I made the varsity lineup in high school on my best day. But I'm a grappler at heart. Doesn't matter what happened in the past. So yeah, I love fighting grapplers. I like to test my chops against them. And I do get a lot of flack for saying things like that. When I say I'm confident enough to fight a guy like Usman or Askren, it's like, what have you done? You've been submitted by guys, but it's like, hey, in this sport, you got to live by the sword, die by the sword. We see some of the best knockout artists get knocked out. So there's nothing wrong with seeing some of the best grapplers getting caught, So I can live with those things. But yeah, whether you're a wrestler, a striker, grappler, it doesn't matter. I'm confident against anybody, especially now not having the big weight cut looming over my shoulders. I'm in a good place right now.
So with you moving up and getting the W against Condit, and then Pettis recently moving up and getting that big win against Wonderboy, do you think more of the guys in the 55 division will benefit from moving up the weight class?
Oh, dude, 100%. I mean, it's you got to stop and think about like an average size male is like 5'10", 180 pounds. So it's like, why do you think that 145 and 155 are so populated? It's just that's just like the general consensus for human beings. Like that's the age. That's like the average age. Their average size. But I like the guys coming up. It makes things more interesting. You know what I mean? It's like looking at Pettis beating Wonderboy. It just totally turns the whole division kind of on its head a little bit. Yeah, so it's cool to see some guys coming up, and I think that we'll see maybe some guys going from 70 to 85 now, because the jump from 55 to 70, 70 to 85 is like just that they're jam packed, because it's like the 15-pound discrepancy between the divisions is pretty big.
To like heavyweight,
yeah.
85 to 205. Do you think that's just going to be more of a common theme we see in the UFC, like a trend of guys kind of fighting more in an appropriate weight class?
I'm not going to waste your guys' time talking about the UFC should add divisions. We've heard it. We all know it. So I'm not going to touch on it. That's it. But I think we will see more people move around and move up. You know what I mean? I think it's just kind of like the guy that kind of sparked that trend for me was I saw Poirier's success. He was a huge 45er, came up to 55. I saw he's doing good. And I just kind of looked at what he was doing and was like, hey, you know what? I'm going up. He's doing good. He's tough as shit. You know what I mean? There's no reason I can't do the same thing he's doing. So I think we'll see more.
Like, what's your thoughts on the Philadelphia 76ers?
Hey, I want to say thanks to my good friend Dave Schaller. Even though I'm a Knicks fan and he knows it, got me great seats to the Sixers game. It was awesome. Dave Schaller, we miss you.
You're a Knicks fan?
I'm a Knicks fan. Hey, there's very few of us out there, but our time will come. Our time will come.
So Kevin Lee is moving up to 170. Is there a chance we're finally able to see that get run back, or is that something you kind of are just over with?
No, how the hell would I be over that? You know what? He's got a fight, so I'm not even gonna really harp on that right now. But yeah, there's a storyline. There's a reason for a rematch. It's gonna happen. I don't think he beats RDA anyways, and you know, the way I see it, we're on two different career trajectories at this point. So, you know, if he wins a few, I'll see ya and I'll beat him. It's just, that is what it is. That's the only loss in my whole career I still beat myself up on. Like, I can live with Pettis, I can live with the Masvidal, I can live with all of them. Got beat fair and square. It is what it is. But, you know, win a few fights and we'll talk.
So just in terms of here, the goals, Neil Magny in Chicago, that's the number one on your list.
Yeah, I guess just because it's what my team wants. We want a ranked opponent. He's coming. Yeah, you know, he's been in the, you know, kind of like in that middle section of the rankings, and we're just trying to get there. You know what I mean? And I feel like I should get that opportunity. You know what I mean? I was at my peak. I was number 7. I think when I left the division, I was 10. You know what I mean? So I think that I should be able to fight guys in the top 15 right now. You know what I mean? And I got to be logical about it. You can't just go call out like, hey, I want Ponzi. Well, guess what? Ponzi's won like 7 fights in a row. You know, I'm just finally getting back on a winning track. I got to be realistic, and I think that even though Magny's coming off a loss, given his stature in the division, it's a fight that makes sense. So, you know, I'll let Sean do his job. I'll let my manager do his job, but, you know, I'm ready whenever.
Perfect. Thanks, Mike.
Boom. Thanks, Mike.